Jai Jinendra. Welcome to all of you all on behalf of KVO Sthanakvasi Mahajan Sanchalit Matushri Manibai Shivji Devji Kanya Academic Samaj. I welcome each and everyone to this very important webinar where we are showcasing tips from champions who have really achieved a lot in life. They have struggled with their challenges and they have been able to achieve something which we are really proud of. Not everybody has the same opportunities. Not everybody has the same facilities. Not everybody has the same exposure. And we are very happy that with this limited exposure and the limited opportunities, there have been students who have outshined. We are very proud of you all. So welcome to all the panelists for the day today. And before we move on with the tips from champions, I would definitely like to introduce the organization which has done immense work for the past more than 53 years. The trustees, the office bearers, and the committee members welcome each one of you all on the panel as well as the viewers. I would just like to say that there have been visionaries in the past in our community whom we are really proud of. Had it not been for them, there would have been hundreds and thousands of students who have otherwise availed of the facilities and the, you can say, the resources of this organization. They would have been left out from the mainstream of education. So we definitely salute all those past visionaries of this organization, the founder donor family also, who have actually been instrumental in creating an entire fund for this. I'm sure women education at that time must have been a very rare happening for young girls who were otherwise thought that they are only important as far as taking care of the family members is concerned. There is no doubt that that role has not changed. That is still there. Women definitely play a very important role in bridging the family, in building the family, in growing the family, in developing the family and the nation. However, women also have dreams. Women also have aspirations. And I think that this is one of the golden opportunity through education that one can empower oneself. So, not mentioning much of the past history, I would like to say that every year there are crores of rupees which are invested on the education of women so that the escalating fees of higher education is actually met with. So the challenge of finance is actually looked at by the committee and the organizers, that is the trustees and the committee members, such that any girl student, the girl KVO student who wants to study in nationally or internationally in whichever field of education after her 10th grade, whether it is for junior college, senior college, higher education, and even other higher professional education. This organization supports such women in all ways. One is, of course, financial support through interest-free loan. It also supports it through guiding. Guiding and mentoring is a very important aspect today, as all of us know that there is a overload of information, and this information has to fit into the requirements of the student in the interest and the aptitude of that student. So there are many resource people from academic and industry who support this mission of, you can say, collaborating and helping them have hands-on experience, getting more exposure, understanding the challenges and the opportunities of that particular stream. They spend a lot of time through career guidance seminar, through David Professional, and through many other one-to-one sessions, through aptitude tests and so on. Some of these sessions are conducted collaboratively with other KVO esteemed organizations. However, many of these guidance seminars and one-to-one is also conducted by this organization alone. This organization is not only restricted to supporting financially and guidance, but also directly conducts training programs. There are many soft skill training programs conducted in all parts of Mumbai, Mumbai, central suburbs, western suburbs, center Mumbai, south Mumbai, and so on. Some of them have also expanded to different parts of the country. Besides this, these software training programs that have been conducted regularly, I'm sure you will all agree that this lockdown period has also been had earlier proved to be one of the biggest challenge, and it still continues to be a challenge for many. However, the community at large, instead of sitting at home and not doing anything, especially the youth students, not only the girls, but even the boys, or even the elder, the middle aged, the housewives, the men who were otherwise sitting at home, took the benefit of all the training programs that were conducted by this organization, spanning from digital marketing, e-commerce. We had Lakshya, which is a management, it's an entrepreneurial program. We also had sessions on financial literacy, on online digital marketing and so on, even like social media marketing like LinkedIn, business in email, so on. Languages like Mandarin, we had French, Sanskrit, also various other training programs on parenting, financial literacy, and much more, even in infographics. Many such programs have been conducted, keeping the 21st century skill sets which were required. As all of us know, all the offline has moved into the online mode in the new uh, normal. That is especially because of the pandemic. And therefore, we are very, very happy to say that this organization has really looked forward, has moved forward, and kept up to the requirements of the pandemic. And I'm sure this will be very useful even in the post pandemic period. At the same time, not only are the training programs, but we also love to showcase. It is our passion to showcase the achievements of the students, because this is the generation next of the KVO. And therefore, on Saturday afternoon at 4:30 to 6, we have been very happy to have on the panel many, many such young students who have showcased their curricular and co-curricular achievements. On Saturday evenings, 7:30 to 9, we have showcased those KVO students who have gone internationally, oceans away, to USA, UK, Australia, Germany, and many other countries, who have many of their challenges and definitely have, you can say, succeeded, and therefore are doing professionally well for themselves. Having done professionally well for themselves, we thought we must understand their trajectory, how they have done it so, and what is their future vision. How did they combat the challenges and how did they convert these into opportunities? What was the best way to network and connect to them? And we thought this online platform is the best way to do so. We are very happy to say that so many hundreds of students have got also connected because of this. We're very happy to say that the KVO students who are internationally placed have also appreciated this connect which has developed between the India KVOs and themselves, where they are staying internationally. Not to mention the Sunday program, Apna Time Aayega, which is showcasing the entrepreneurial journeys of many, many KVO, young and middle age, and even some old. The new innovative techniques that they've used, the rejuvenation they've done to their business, the diversification they've done to the business, the adoption of new technologies or new ideas, innovative ideas. They've all been showcased. So not to miss that, Apna Time Aayega on Sunday, 4:30 to 6. I would like to add something for the benefit of the future students and of course for every one of you to know. We have three very important projects run by this organization whom we are very proud of. And one is the BCS MA Merit Award, which is Bhartiben Chimanlal Shivji Merit Award, which is for the KVO girl students who are outstanding in their academic and co-curricular achievements. Every year, we have been recognizing those students after they achieve their milestones of 10th, 12th, grad, postgrad, and so on. We have got students who have been winners, runner-ups, and also some of the rankers. It's one of the very prestigious award because the student feels very happy and achieved. She feels very satisfied because she goes through exposure with so many experts, because she goes through a series of tests, which includes the personal interviews, the group assessments, where they're given group activities to perform. So she learns collaboration, leadership, task performance, and so on. Also, they are given the written assessment where they write an SOP. They also have tests which are online conducted, which are basically for psychometric, their aptitude and so on. So the student passes through a gamut of it along with her curricular and co-curricular certifications, which are also marked. The student meets innumerable KVO and non-KVO jury members who are experts at the national and international level. We are very happy for that too. And year on year, we have multiple students applying for it. This year also, we are going to have an online performance, an online jury process, and soon you will get to know the process very fast. We have another very important project which has been instituted by Srimati Premilaben Lakshmichand Kumarji Nanji Kenya Parivar of Barwi. We are very, very happy and very thankful to the family for instituting, having the vision to support girl students who have dreamt to go internationally for education in any field for their master's program. So this is an interest-free loan which is given to the student, and definitely after a dream is accomplished, she definitely repays back to the institution for further batches of students. The third important project which I would like to mention is Shrimati Kalaben Mahendrabhai Cheda Prince Parivar. It has been instituted by the Prince family for those students who have excelled and have secured admission in nationally and internationally acclaimed premier institutions and universities. The student, when she secures her admission and while she is educating herself in these institutions, continues to get this merit scholarship. Of course, there are certain conditions that she needs to perform. She needs to excel every year. And therefore, this is also a very, very prestigious one where we are able to identify students who have already excelled through the academic scores. So, not taking much time now, I'm very happy to introduce the present panel today, whom we have. And we are very proud. Can we see all the four of you? We have with us Zeel Komal Manoj Gada of village Bada, living in Vileparle. Welcome to you, Zeel. And she comes from the entertainment field. We have Himani Jagruti Rajesh Shah from village Nani Khakar, living in Mulund, and she's doing her IIM from Kozhikode. Welcome to you, Himani. We have Dwani Bharti Narendra Shah from village Talwana, who lives in Dadar, and she is an environmental researcher. And of course, we have Zeel Pragna Mahendra Gada from village Mothala, who lives in Ghatkopar, and she is a scientist. So we are very happy to welcome all the four of you all for the immense contribution that you have made to your own growth, and definitely that you're going to make to the community and to the nation. So can we begin? Zeel, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready for it.
Okay, so let's begin.
Yes. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
So I'd like to give a little introduction about me, my life, my journey in the presentation moving forward.
Can your screen become a little bigger?
Sorry?
Otherwise, it's okay. Continue.
Okay. Okay, so this is how it's panned out. I've spoken about my experience, education, challenges faced, and opportunities. A little bit about me. I am a very highly motivated and self-confident individual who's trying to make an eminent mark in the digital world. So yes, I belong to the advertising and the marketing sector of the industry. I am a brand consultant, digital marketer, a growth hacker, and a client servicing manager from almost 4.5 to 5 years. I'll speak about how there was 17 years of rote learning in my life. I have studied in CNM school, which is in Vileparle. Post that, I got into the Narsi Monji College of Commerce and Economics, which was like those shining 2 years of my life when, there was junior college. You've just come out of college and understood what things are. Um, After that, I had a very difficult choice because I was good in studies. I had secured really good percentage. So what is it that I had to do? But thanks to the support of my parents, they told me that, try to live your life, do something which is going to, ensure that you're going to have fun doing it. So instead of, not disrespecting anybody, but instead of getting into the science field of things or getting into CA, I took a BMM, which is Bachelor's of Mass Media, which was then in 2014. Talk to Biki, girls don't do this. It's very difficult. You will have to stay for projects in the college till late. You'll have to go out. You'll have to come home late. This is not something we do. But thanks to my parents and the support that they gave me, I could choose BMM. And those were like the 3 flourishing years where I have learned and I have tried to make myself a better individual. The subjects, the assignments, the projects, we've made movies, we've interviewed really big people, and that's how the journey at UPG in undergrad happened. I'll speak about postgrad after that. um, so experience. So, almost after 17 years of rote learning, I started experiencing something wherein the book knowledge was getting into everything. So here's a little gist about what I have been doing from 2014 to 2016 when I was doing my BMM. I used to, intern anywhere and everywhere possible because I thought that I need to try each and everything into marketing. Marketing consists of a huge spectrum, and I was not sure where I was landing to. So I interned at WeChat, I interned at Vogue, and by the time I reached my third year, and I realized, okay, life was getting serious, and that's how I got, back to my studying, and got into the whole frame of coming out of it. Now there was one thing that that after my I would talk about my challenges here. That there was something that happened after my BMM, was that I was really unsure of what to do ahead. There were a lot of people who used to tell me that पहले ही बोला था BMM लोगे पता नहीं क्या होगा, job नहीं मिलेगा, what is it that you're thinking ahead. So we were really unsure of what to do ahead, how to do things ahead. I used to specifically randomly apply at the biggest of companies, be it Sabyasachi, be it Vogue, be it anywhere, any marketing agency, and there were of course rejections, of course reverts, because I was not probably in the right of direction, which comes to my next and last point, that there was lack of direction. BMM, I took it because it was fun. It was, at that time, that was the right choice that I wanted to do. And but later, after 3 years, it was a slight lack of direction that I got because all my friends along were also a little here and there. But then there was something that changed it entirely. In around June 2016, when I had just passed out, done a very small internship with an event marketing agency. And then from June 2016 to December 2016, in these 6 months, I had a life changing experience. And that was called IIDE. This is the Indian Institute of Digital Education. It is a really big institute now, but I was one of their first batches as a full-time 6-month courses. Digital marketing back in 2015 and 2016 was just coming up, not coming up in the way of utilization, but coming up in the way of monetization. So all these ads that you see, all these campaigns that you see, all these your favorite celebrities, your favorite influencers you see on Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, Snapchat is something I have studied. I understand the back end of it. I understand how they function. I understand what the algorithm is behind it. So if you are going to Amazon and if you are typing something and then you're going on Facebook and you get that ad, I do that ad. That's how the whole remarketing or following your social digital footprint functions. So these 6 months helped me a lot. During these 6 months, I landed up a job at Mumbai Foodie. Mumbai Foodie is India's biggest microblogging, what do you say, Instagram page. They have almost 400K followers right now on Instagram. And it was at that moment a dream come true because I was trying to be an aspiring food blogger myself. I still have a page with almost 25,000 people running, but that's based out of New York and Mumbai. But Mumbai Foodie was a place where I wanted to be. I wanted to understand the dynamics behind running this page. So while I was doing IIDE, I got in touch with the founder of Mumbai Foodie via the mentor over there, and he immediately offered me a job for things. Now imagine you get to pay to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, all three of it in the best of restaurants in the city. You get exclusive previews. You get to, kind of review that, and you kind of network with a lot of people. That was the point where I started networking out, when I started making friends and connections in the industry of, say, fashion, lifestyle, marketing. And from there, I finished my IIDE course and we had campus placements. Now, at the age of 21, I was immediately hired by this company called Think Digital, which was based out of Hyderabad. Now, the whole point was that, moving to Hyderabad when you're just 21, I have particularly never moved out of Ville Parle because everything in my life happened there. And then all of a sudden going to another city, so I kind of declined that job offer at that moment. But yeah, we had conversations with our mentor, the owner of IID, Karan Shah, and my parents, and we discussed that, okay, let's do one thing. Let's go for 3 months over there. They are setting up a Bombay office, and then you can join back over here. So with the support of my parents and Karan, I took the deep plunge of moving to another city, moving to another environment, to a new world where you're living alone all by yourself, and you're responsible. So a lot of responsibility started coming in. Of course, there were a lot of challenges that I faced, which I had never knew ki okay, ghar pe ye mom kar deti hai. All those things happened for the first time, but when it came to work, it was amazing. In marketing, you have pitches, you have presentations, you have everything you say as the agency life. Now, agency life is very different from what a corporate functions, and trust me, it's something everybody would want to experience once in a while. And this was my first touch at that. I have worked with great clients from the fashion industry, from the jewelry industry, in the south of India, and then I mainly focused towards the education industry over there. After the 3 months that got over, I came back to Bombay and I joined the Mumbai office of Think Digital. This same Mumbai office and the Hyderabad office then diverted and made their own ways, and that's how Web Shakers was formed. And I was one of the founding members, along with my CEO, who founded this company, who named this company, who made the entire website. So it was like an experience, when you are learning how to form a company, not even being an entrepreneur and still feeling that, okay, this is your company, this is how clients have to come in, this is how processes have to be set, was something I learned at Web Shakers. Web Shakers at the moment is a full service marketing agency, and since my CEO is based out of USA, me along with another colleague handle a complete team of 20 people under us. Now, handling 20 people in itself is a big role. It is a lot of communication, a lot of wooing some people, a lot of talking to your clients. So at this moment, in present day, I am talking about, like, I am a client servicing manager who deals with clients. I am somebody who goes to pitches, of course, now that it is digitally, presents pitches, ideas, strategies. I do my bit of business development at the company, wherein I have tried to get a lot of clients, and mainly from the finance sector. And it has been an amazing experience when it comes to Web Shakers. And as an overthing, like a complete thing of opportunities that I have got. And there is one thing that happens, like, these are some opportunities which I'll talk to you all about, actually. Now, over the last 4.5 to 5 years, of course, with the support of my parents, with the support of right people at the right time in my journey, I have not got those many amount of backlashes or coming behind. So I've got a chance to work with the biggest of the big in Bollywood, like be it Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, Ranveer Singh, Kriti Sanan, Akshay Kumar. These people have been, I've worked with them personally, got in touch with them for my campaigns, for the brands that I have thought that, this is how I need to work with them. This is a campaign that is going to give them this much amount of potential and reach, and that's how you need to go. With that, I have got in touch with personal networking touch with around 15 to 20 Fortune 500 CEOs. Now, these Fortune 500 companies are really huge. Getting in touch with them knowing you knowing them, and having a conversation on day-to-day basis is really something very respectful for me. Like the owner of Future Group is not free to listen to me if I'm not talking sense to him. But when he calls us for a meeting, and you really feel that you're important at that moment, when somebody from India Bulls, like a very CXO level person, is talking to you, it makes sense that okay, whatever you're doing is towards the right, and you're making sure that their brand is doing right. Now I had a good thing that digital made its own path. When I joined digital, people were still entering into digital. They were still understanding what digital was. So my parents lately got onto Facebook, and they're like, "Hey, yaar, I just was on Mintra, and I just saw a kurti, and abhi मेरे को ये kurti वापस दिख रही है, ये क्यों हो रहा है?" And then they keep seeing videos, and they keep seeing posts, and trust me, there has been a time where I have to tell them, get out of the phone. Like when I was back in 10th and 12th, I used to get to hear that, but now it's my time. Like tables have turned, and that's the impact digital has made. Like you would not even imagine the amount of time, screen time, that you guys have also been putting these days. COVID as an opportunity. Now I understand that 18th March, the entire world was on a shutdown. There were businesses that were hurt. There were families that were broken. There were a lot of financial, economic, mental causes. But for the digital industry, COVID was an opportunity. The right person who took this opportunity at the right time has flourished at this moment. So similarly for me, COVID has been like a beautiful journey. Definitely, I had to be home. I had to work from one place all day where I am sitting right now, which is not me in a very normal notion. But COVID helped us get a lot of clients. A lot of people understood the importance of digital. जो पहले बोलते थे कि नहीं हमको सिर्फ newspaper में ad देना है, but no, now that 3 lakh worth rupees of money they're putting on Times of India, I am asking them, give me those 3 lakh rupees, and I'm going to ensure that I'll do a campaign which is going to reach to far more people in a far more effective way. So COVID has been definitely a boon to me. The next one is making hobby as career options. So I really like going through all social media platforms, understanding what their algorithm is. That's a kind of hobby that I have, which is really very weird, but it is in my favor because it is my career as well. So I never get bored of working. Like just before this call, also I was working, and I was networking with somebody especially who's been a champion with us before, and we were just talking about how as a community we should get more digital marketers and form a small community out of it, so that in times we can help each other out. And that's what I feel, that making your hobby as your career option is really very important. And in the last 4 years, what I have done is that I have branded out myself. I am of course an employee at an agency, but then there are times when somebody or some people or some brand only wants to work with me, or some things only happen just because I'm present over there. And this is because I have taken the right kind of opportunities at the right time, which have helped me grow in the last 5 years. Of course, my journey is really very long, and I'm very passionate about marketing as a whole. So there's a lot to learn from a lot of different people. But I have this is one thing to everybody, that brand yourself out. Like even if for the smallest thing, don't put yourself out over there in the world that you're available. That's something which is very wrong. I have been selectively available at a lot of times at a lot of places, and it has helped me. And of course it has flipped back as well, but that's how you learn the hard way. I am not a person who would want to, and this is something I would really suggest to everybody, that don't just, if you are in a question, don't just call up somebody and get a solution out of it. I mean, of course you can Google yourself, you can research 5 other different ways, and probably you've got a better way out. Like that's how I have wanted to learn the hard way, is because then I am for sure knowing that okay, these are the 5 ways to go about. Then I go to my friend or the person I want to ask, and I've gone through my questions, these are the 5 answers I got on the internet, or what do you think, what is your suggestion, and then I get it. So I make a cumulative response out of it, and then take a particular situation ahead. So these were some opportunities that I have got in the last 5 years of working. And yes, lastly, I have one vision right now, that I want to help brands achieve their goals digitally. It is well informed in the whole wide world that digital is very impactful, and it can change your vision, it can change your brand overnight. And a lot of people, like big brands like Puma, Skechers, Adidas, have shut down their offline budget, and they're diverting everything towards digital. And there's a reason for it, right? So that's my vision as well. There are two more things that I'd like to talk about. That today is World Mental Health Day, and with all that has been happening in 2020, because of the work that I have been doing, like I have not taken a leave in the last 7 months. You know, so there has been a lot of people who come to us and ask that, how are you all doing your work-life balance? Because work from home is you working almost 15 hours a day, 16 hours a day, and the work life balance is something that we've been trying to maintain. So on this World Mental Health Day, I just want to tell everybody that there it's okay to tell no, it's okay to put your foot down, it's okay to set boundaries that okay, it's a weekend, I'm not going to work. And trust me, that's something you have to do it for yourself, because then knowingly and unknowingly you are just logging yourself, and after months it's just going to accumulate, and it's not going to be a good outcome. So yes, that's how I would want to end. Y'all can get in touch with me. These are my details, and I would be more than happy to have a chat with you or a call with you whenever required. So thank you so much, everybody, to hear me out. I think that was a great session for me. Yes,
Stop share.
yeah, I'll do that.
Amazing, Zeal. You've really done well for yourself. I can only say one thing, that the wait was worth it. I think you were very busy, and therefore we had to actually wait for you. I think the chasing behind you was worth it, and we're very happy for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Can we move on?
Yeah.
Are you ready, Mani?
Hello. Yeah, is it visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So good evening, everyone. Firstly, I'd like to thank Hila ma'am and the entire MMS DKKF team for taking up so many initiatives to help our KDO Samaj and guide the younger minds. So, formally introducing myself, my name is Himani Shah and I'm born and brought up in Mumbai. I consider myself very lucky to have parents who've been supportive of whatever decision that I've taken, and have given me the space to make my own decisions so that later I can own up to it. I'm currently in my second year studying MBA at Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode. So I'll take you through my academic life till now. Coming to my school years, I've been a very active student and I've always tried to maintain a balance between my extracurricular activities and my academics. So be it dance competition, elocution competition, or even sports, I've tried and tried to excel in it. I was also part of the girls' kho team for my school, and I've represented my school in various inter-school competitions. So for my junior college, I went to R.A. Poda College in Matunga and I chose the commerce stream. So instead of going for the normal commerce, I chose the vocational course and studied office management for 2 years instead of going for a language and organizational commerce, because management is something that had always intrigued me, and that is why I decided to study it for the next 2 years. So while I was at my junior college, I loved accounts and I loved office management, and hence I decided to pursue bachelor in accounts and finance further. And this was also the time when I learned about MBA as a career option and heard about IIMs. And this is when I actually aspired to be in one of the top B schools in India. So coming to NM, apart from my academics, I was very active in extracurricular activities. I was a member of the public relations department for my college's annual management festival Drishti, wherein I onboarded 50 sponsors like Red FM 93.5, IBN Lokmat, Carnival Cinemas, and so on. So when I was in my undergraduation, there was certain dilemma regarding if I should pursue CA or not, or if I should go for MBA immediately after my undergraduation, or I should take up a work experience of 2-3 years or not, or if I should go for marketing, finance, or maybe some other domain. So I decided to take up internships because I feel that as a fresher, internships are the main way to get a sneak peek into the corporate life. So my first internship was at Intern Theory as a brand manager, where I helped them with their social media marketing. Then I also interned at a CA firm, and then I realized that this is not I see myself doing in the next 20 years or over the long term, and hence I dropped the idea of pursuing CA. When I was in my third year, that was my first attempt at CAT. I did not prepare much because the dates were clashing with my final examinations, but I just wanted to get an idea of how CAT is and what all needs to be prepared for. So once I completed my undergraduation, I immediately joined Zomato as a growth manager intern. And while I was at Zomato, I realized that I need a much more formal education and maybe a different pedagogy to understand how a business works, how decisions are taken. And so I realized that MBA would definitely help me with this. And MBA would help me climb the ladder of success faster while skipping certain positions in between that wouldn't add much value to my learnings. So I prepared for 3 months for my CAT, gave around 20 to 25 mock tests, and I finally cracked it. I got interview calls from IIM Ahmedabad, Lucknow, Kozhikode, Indore, and all the other baby IIMs, and I converted Kozhikode and Indore and chose K. So coming to my journey at IIM Kozhikode, the past 1 year has been nothing but a roller coaster ride. You come across so many different people from different backgrounds, architects, there are doctors, there are engineers and commerce background, and you develop a whole new perspective about different subjects. I interned as a summer internship program. I interned at EY for the strategy and transactions practice, where I basically worked on the valuation models and also prepared a research report. And this was in May and June 2020. The whole experience had to be shifted to a virtual online experience. So coming to the last part, which is the challenges and the learnings, the challenges would definitely be a CAT preparation because I was from a commerce background. My quant was a little weak, so I had to focus on that in the 3 months. And the second would be getting out of my cocoon. So I have always lived in Mumbai with my parents. I've never moved out of my place. So when I went to IMK, it was a whole new city, new people, and the first 3 months are like the toughest. You have to juggle between your summer placement preparations, the quizzes, the assignments, the classes, and you have to do your own laundry, eat the mess food where you can't even complain about it. So it took me a little time to adjust, but after 1 year, I think I've evolved as a person and grown as a person, both individually and professionally. I'm a little more independent and a little more responsible. So I would suggest everyone to move out the comfort of their home and so that you can grow as a person. Coming to the learnings, so the first one would be it's okay to fail. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm Ahmedabad. I got a interview call from IIM Ahmedabad, and it was my dream college, and I couldn't convert it. I directly got rejected. I did not even get waitlisted. So in the past years, I've never faced a rejection or a failure as such. And getting rejected from my dream college was like a major setback for me. But after spending 1 year at IIM Kozhikode and the things that I've achieved, I don't know if I would have been able to achieve the same things at IIM Ahmedabad. I'm in the top 20 percentile academically. I was also chosen to go for a foreign exchange term for 3 months to Europe, which sadly got cancelled due to the pandemic. And I think I've learned a lot. So it's okay to fail, it's okay to get rejected. Just keep working hard and you'll eventually reach to the place that you're destined to. Don't compare yourself to others. So I understand that the world is very competitive and some people are getting more successful than the others, and we might not always achieve the things that we've planned in a way. But when we're comparing ourselves to others, we are wasting precious energy on that. And instead of doing that, we could have used it to rectify our own mistakes. So put your best foot forward and keep waiting and be patient. Don't choose a career for money. So as Zeel mentioned, turn your hobby into your career. So do what you love. I've come across many batchmates, even at my college, who have pursued engineering because their family forced them to, and or who are even pursuing MBA because of peer pressure or because the money is good. But trust me, this will work out maybe in the short term, but in the long term, you won't be able to excel well. So always follow your passion and consider money as a secondary option. And the last thing would be work-life balance. I can't emphasize how important this is. So even on the, so it is always said that students do not have time to sleep. All they do is study for 20 hours, 19 hours a day, and which may be true to some extent. But from the past 1 year, what I've observed and what I follow is that we always take time out to either work out or play sports or just chill with your friends or personal time, because don't let your work overpower your family life or your friends life, because then you'll regret it later. So this is it from my side. Thank you for being such a patient audience, and if you have any queries regarding the CAT preparations or MBA colleges in India, I you can reach out to me and I'll make sure to help in any way that I can. Thank you.
Very nice, Himani. I think you explained it extremely well, very well. And I think your journey, full of challenges, the way you have faced it, was very inspiring. Yes, Vani, are you ready?
Yes. Just some difficulty.
Yeah, you just have to increase the. Go to the slideshow.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, hello everybody. This is Vani. I live at Dadar, and at present I am a freelance researcher, environmental researcher. Um, just a little about my educational background. I completed my schooling at Convent Girls High School, Nirmala Niketan College of Home Science, was from where I did my HSC. And I have specifically mentioned my HSC because the combination of subjects that they provided was excellent and has helped me shape my career and the experience, the learnings from the college. I mean, from those subjects have been very helpful. I completed my bachelor's from College of Social Work, Nirmala Niketan, and master's from Azim Premji University. Um, in past, I have volunteered with In Defense of Animals and Jeevan Jyot Cancer Relief and Care Trust. Both these organizations have been an introduction, an initial introduction to the world of wildlife, animals, and also social work in terms of cancer patients. And it, like opened a wide perspective for me that NGOs and the life at NGOs is very different, and we can do a lot when we are with the NGOs. And then, as a part of my education, my bachelor's degree and master's degree, I have also interned with a lot of different organizations, working with tribals, working with environmental education, and so on. And then after completing my bachelor's, I worked with Cabbage Cancer Welfare Society, which is a small startup organization, an NGO which wanted to work on waste management. And I also worked with Conservation Action Trust, that's CAT, after 2016 when I graduated from my master's. And today, now what I'm doing is freelance research work in environmental research. I'm a research consultant with Oxfam India, working on ground truthing, working on a project titled Ground Truthing, the non-compliances of the industries and impacts on the environment and the communities in Jharkhand. I'm also a fellow at Dulip Mathai Nature Conservation Fellowship. I'm associated with the Law for All initiative, which is an initiative which wants to bring complicated environmental and social laws, land-related laws in simple language and in language where people understand, which is not only in English, but in other languages as well. So we translate these tweets on Twitter in 10 different languages, including English, and I do the Marathi version, and I also handle the Facebook Law for All initiative. And as a freelancer, I also work with different NGOs on preparing project proposals for funding grants. So I would also talk about my challenges, how I reached here. But for now, as an independent environmental researcher, uh, we have a lot of benefit as to we are free to work wherever we want on whatever topic we want, because environment, and as an environmentalist, it's a vast topic, and the learning is very diverse when you are not restricted to one organization, but you are a freelancer, and you also start building up credibility of your own, which reduces the issues of fake reports or fake researches, and provides actual ground realities. What difficulty we face, and especially with the lockdown and work from home, I'm sure a lot of people are also facing, is that work hours may exceed from what is generally like office hours. And as a freelancer, I also feel sometimes it's difficult to get quality work in the field or in the interest areas of your own. It's also difficult to, like, restrict it to a particular subject, because as being a social worker, being an environmentalist, you tend to not only work on the environmental aspect, but you also tend to get involved with the community and maybe come involved at a larger extent, which would be beyond your contract. So that's some of the difficulties that we face as an independent researcher. And Before I come to this question, did I walk this path alone? I would also like to mention that social work and a professional social worker and environmentalists both are really different work areas, especially for people from our community, because like I have met very few people who are into environment, professional environmentalists, or working in environment related issues full time. So this was very difficult to figure out where I could stand, and what I could achieve. So that is a little bit of the background. And did I walk this path alone? No, definitely not. It's always for my family and friends who helped me through all my ups and downs, who were with me, and who would take care of, like, what happens when I am traveling into the field. There's somebody back at home taking care of everything. So it's definitely for my family who has allowed me to achieve this. If I come back to this slide, I have written what next. Like, educational wise, I have completed my master's, but I do intend to work and study further as my PhD into this subject. But before that, gain enough work experience into the issues, because this field is very diverse and innovative. A lot of scope for innovation and a lot of scope for positive research. So I would just like to say, tell everyone who is, like, trying or willing to do something different and does not know the field that they would want to go in. Um, I would just say, follow your dreams, however different it may be. I mean, there will be a lot of time where people might not understand what you want, or may not stand with you because it's so different. But you should believe in yourself, and you should always work on issues or subjects where you find your peace of mind in, because there's no use working like a robo and, like, finding out that you're not happy at your heart, because at the end of the day you have to face yourself. And Yeah, if you want to contact me, my email ID is here, dhwani.ns92@gmail.com. My Twitter handle is dhwani.ns, and one of my articles recently has been published in Gao Connection on coastal concerns it was on public hearings conducted during COVID, which is a platform where people do cherish democracy and have a word in the development that's happening from the government or the different projects that come in. So it's on that. Do read. Thank you. Any questions are most welcome. Thank you.
Very nice, Dhwani. I think very few KVOs who really have research interest, and you found a niche for yourself, which is very interesting. And now we have our last panelist. Zeel, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
You'll have to put your audio video on. Yeah.
Should I start? Thank you.
Zeel, can we see your presentation?
Yeah, ma'am, 1 second. Half a minute.
It was okay. Your presentation was fine. Just keep your video on. You are on mute. You are on mute.
Can you see it?
You can see your
Yeah. So, hello everyone. First of all, thank you, Maniben, for giving me this opportunity. I will begin. Uh, I don't know what's the problem. Hello.
Huh?
Hello.
Go on. It's we can see your
Yeah.
presentation.
Okay. First of all, hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Maniben, for giving me this opportunity. My name is Jill Pragna Mahendra Gadda. I am from Gam Mothara, currently living in Ghatkopar. Moving on to my academics, I have done my schooling from PG Garodia ICIC English Medium School, and I have done my HSC from KJ Somaya College of Science and Commerce. Before moving on further in my education life, I would actually like to share that why I chose microbiology and what microbiology exactly is. I was 5 years old when I was diagnosed with diabetes, and this came as a shock for every one of us. And over the years, I always used to feel that why me, or why did I get this? Until one day during my school assembly, when I heard a story of a 5-year-old boy who lost his left arm, and he still wanted to pursue judo. So he went to a master, and the master started teaching him, and the master taught him only one move. But in spite of learning only one move, he could win matches. And so he asked his master that why is so that I can win matches when I know only one move. And the reply his master gave was that to defeat you in this move, your opponent needs to grab your left arm, which you don't have. So his biggest weakness turned out to his biggest strength, and that was the time when I decided that I will not let this thing weaken me, but rather make it my strength. And I decided that I wanted to get into medical, or I want to get into healthcare system and make a change.
So my weakness became strength, and I finished my schooling, got into PCMB for my 11th and 12th, and I also was preparing for few medical exams, but somehow apparently we were the guinea pig batch for NEET, and I could not meet the needs, and I did not score so well that I could I could get admission in MBBS in Mumbai colleges. So I was stuck what to do next, and through various career seminars, few of them organized by the KVO community, I was introduced to the subject of microbiology, and this subject actually started amazing me because that one single cell organism can do wonders and can cause hazard to this multicellular body, which we all are seeing today in the form of coronavirus or COVID. And I also realized that I can still achieve my dream by pursuing a career in microbiology too. So I decided to get into microbiology, and I did my BSc, MSc, both in microbiology. And all I learned from this entire thing is that if there is something that you cannot meet, so it does not end things. In fact, there are multiple doors to reach your path. So all you need to do is search for the other alternative door. And I would like to speak that what is microbiology, because many of us are not actually aware what microbiology is. So microbiology is basically the study of microorganisms, but it is not entitled only to the study of organisms, but it has various subdisciplines in it, that like genetic, immunology, medical microbiology, industrial microbiology, food microbiology, biotechnology, and it has a great scope ahead. Moving on to my graduation life, I was quite studious during my graduation 3 years, but however, I also tried doing things which would enhance me. So I did an internship after during my second year BSc vacation. I had also volunteered in different events, participated in various workshops during the graduation course. I appeared for exams like microbiology Olympiad, and I also secured highest marks in the college in the 15th state level microbiological contest. As I said, I was quite studious during the graduation life, so I was a subject topper of the college in my TY BSc. Uh, Moving on to my post graduation, I had decided that I wanted to get into post graduation, and so I was also preparing for various university exams, and I had got admission into Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda. But due to some reasons, I, however, did not continue there, and so I came back to Mumbai and again enrolled in KJ Somaya College of Science and Commerce. I did my graduation too from there, and I did my masters from Somaya. During my masters, we had during my masters we had done a case study on studying the relation between stress caused among students due to education, and I also published a paper of that in an international open access journal. uh, Along with that, I was a part of a core team of intercollegiate national level event called Microscope, and my post graduation included various such participations and all, because I had like I decided that the subject knowledge uh, helps you only in two rooms technically. One is the examination hall, and second will be the interview hall. So alongside with these subject knowledge, it is also important to learn life lessons, and participating in these events or volunteering, etc., helps you a lot to achieve that, because they uh, teach you a lot of things: responsibility taking, team building, or leadership qualities, etc. So I again was volunteering in various events in my college, and I also participated in some intercollegiate events. I also had a 1 week training course at NTC, that is National Toxicological Center, Pune, in toxicology and animal handling. Apart from that, I have also presented various my MSc project poster presentation at various conferences like Avishkar BioInnova, which was a national level conference, ICT MBT, which was an international conference. So during my post graduation, I also made a point to get into all these things, because it is actually important and it helps you a lot in life for developing your personality, especially. At the start of my post graduation, I had also participated into LNMA, and it was actually a very good and new experience altogether, where we had a lot of connections, and we met a lot of people who could actually help us. Uh, Even after post graduation, that is in 2018, I again participated in LNMA as well as BCS MA, and I was a runner up at LNMA 2018 and a third winner at BCS MA 2018. Apart from this, I have also got award from the KVO community, the KVO Education Felicitation Award in 2016 as well as 2018. So this was all about my academic life, and moving on to my professional life. I am a postgraduate microbiologist who is currently working as a scientific assistant at BARC, that is Homi Bhabha Atomic Research Center, Radiation Medicine Center. I am working on a project related to tuberculosis, and during my work tenure, I was also a part of the organizing team at an international conference, Immunocon, which was on immunology and was organized by Indian Immunological Society. And alongside, I'm also preparing for various entrance exams for my higher studies. A few life tips which I would actually like to say is, learn from your failures. Always accept your failures, because we learn more from failures than we do from success. So it's like, accept it, acknowledge it, learn from it, and move ahead. Failures are not bad. In fact, they teach you a lot. Never ever give up on your dreams. If, as I said, if you get blocked at one path, search for another one, because there are various paths to achieve your dream. So don't give up. Stay focused. Always have the greed of learning. Never ever give up this greed in your life, because this actually takes you a lot ahead. Learning new things is never wrong and always benefits you. Stay focused. And as I said in the beginning, never let your weaknesses weaken you. In fact, make your weakness your strength, and live your life. So that's all. Thank you.
Congratulations, Zeel. I must congratulate you for the challenge at the age of 5 years that you have faced, how you've taken it on to your journey and grown in your profession.
Thank you, ma'am.
Happy to note the way you have taken it up. And now I have my few questions to all of you all. Can we begin with Zeel? Zeel, your video needs to be put on.
Yes.
Yeah. So Zeel, you did mention about the digital marketing space, and you did mention that it's been a great opportunity for you. And you also mentioned about the work-life balance. But now it's fine. Do you think this profession, you are able to take the responsibilities of the family as well as cope up with this field? What do you think about that? The work-life balance at that level.
So, when it comes to work-life balance, it is firstly not just about family. From the field that I have come to, it is a very social field. So my social life is also very vast. Even in the pandemic, the social life is there, and we were all maintaining, our stuff via Zoom meetings and everything. But yes, when it comes to work-life balance, my parents have always supported me. One thing my father has always taught me, that your education and your work is going to be there when nobody is going to be there. So of course you put your time into it, but then there have been chances where people in the family are not well, and at that time it should be a self responsibility from within, that when your parents are giving you so much amount of freedom to work for 14 hours 15 hours a day, to work over the weekends, to go on back to back trips. I in fact went on a work trip during the pandemic. So I had flown down 2000 kilometers across, and I did go for a work trip. So they understand how much work is important, and I understand how much they are important for me. So of course, once they say something, it is like patthar ki lakir. I definitely follow what my parents do tell me, and sometimes you don't try to get the work life balance, to be very honest, because it is your own passion that अरे इतना कर दूं तो कल इतना करने को नहीं होगा. So with that you do end up working a little late, but my parents have been very supportive in letting me work, and I have been very supportive in whatever and however I can help them. So yeah, that's how I try to manage the work life balance when it comes to family and work.
Going to Himani. Himani, you moved from the field of commerce and then you went to management. And you did say that that was a challenge for you to prepare. Could you give some important tips for that?
So the challenge was cracking CAT examination, because you are competing with so many students from all across India, and you have to focus on three parts, which is quants, which is actually maths, data interpretation and logical reasoning, and the third is verbal, which is English. So English was still manageable because there's not much you can do. All I kept was read newspapers and actually watched a lot of TV series, because that was like a break from the studying entire day, and it helped me improve my vocabulary as well. My data interpretation and logical reasoning has always been my strength, because as I mentioned, I gave a lot of competitive examinations. So while studying for those competitive examinations from, say, when I was in third standard, fourth standard, used to solve a lot of puzzles or such data problems, which actually helped me further and strengthen my skills. So that was not a weak point for me, and that was actually my strength, and I did not have to work more for it. But the main problem was quants, and quants is something which engineers are actually good at. Maths is something which, because their 12th and 11th maths is way much more higher than what commerce students study. So for 3 months, or for DILR and VARs, which is English, I only focused on giving mocks, and I gave around 25 mocks. And the main thing is to review them, so that you know where you're making mistake and you do not take it further and do not repeat it further. And for quants, for 3 months, I kept on studying from this book called Arun Sharma. And I studied all the chapters. I realized that which chapters were my strength and probability was my weakness. So I tried to focus a bit on it, and I tried to solve only probability related problems more than other problems. Then I used to do section tests and view the last year papers and all these mock papers, and that is how I improved for my quants. even though my quants has been like the least score out of the 3 sections, but I managed to score fairly well, which was like 95 percentile in the quants section for my final CAT exam.
Which is very good. I think you really worked over yourself very well.
Yeah.
Coming to Dhwani, Dhwani, you are in the research space. What are those qualities and how does it work for you when you have to start or finding a project, sourcing a project? What are those qualities in you which help you?
The qualities that help me is basically observation and my passion towards the environment, and a lot of networking within the field is very important, and that's what I have worked upon for like last 5 years, and that's only through contacts I have got my projects till now, except for Dulip Mathai Nature Conservation Fellowship, which was a project development by myself. I had written the proposal, and through the entire process of project grant, I got the project. But now, like moving forward, what I am doing is I am preparing projects with my space in it and for organizations. So when if they get the project grant, I have a space with them to work with, which is what I have created for myself. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult to find quality projects, especially with a lot of change in FCRA rules, financial issues with the change in the government. It really varies, and difficulties may increase or decrease depending on the external environment as to what is happening.
So you are also looking at, I mean, you're also taking on international projects?
No, not yet. I've just started, and it's like I'm restricted to learning what's happening around me.
Okay. We'll get back to you. So, Zeel, you did mention that you moved on to medicine, you were trying medical, and then you had to settle down for microbiology for whatever reasons at that time. How do you connect it right now if you really look back at your life? Because at 5 year old, you realize that you had some challenge and you had to live with it, and then you, because of which you tried to get into something related to your own physiology and related to medical. So of course microbiology also brings you to that same space. How do you connect that with your challenge? Were you able to overcome the challenge because of that, or just understand it better? You are on mute, I think. You'll have to unmute. Yeah, just keep your
I definitely could
down.
overcome. Hello. I definitely could overcome my challenge even after getting into microbiology, because somewhere or the else I wanted to get into research and get into that field, and like microbiology also brings me very very close to this stream, and it actually I'm happy doing what I am doing right now, and I am happily living a normal life with diabetes today. So yes, it did help me overcome my challenge.
Okay. Zeel, I would just like to ask you, uh, Jeel Gadda,
Yes, yes.
my question to you is, what are those challenges that you face on a regular basis in digital, in the space that you are, the digital marketing space that you are? Besides the long hours of work that you naturally have to put in, I think you are very passionate, and I can see that you are very much keenly interested in the field that you are working in. It's but natural that you have taken work as your own leisure, or you're
Yeah.
enjoying your work. But besides that, besides time, what are the other factors, or which are the other challenges that you would like to, keep the future students updated so that they are better prepared for this field?
Okay. There are of course difficulties also. It's not like a cakewalk. One challenge that I face on a day-to-day basis is that still there are people, like still when we go to clients, they don't understand the importance of digital, and it is very difficult to get somebody from the age of 40 and above to make them believe that all the efforts you were doing till now have to be diverted into something which is called as digital, because that is where your audience is. Now I have a very known client called Bharti Jewelers from Ghatkopar. They are quite known in the market as well. Now it took me around 2.5 years to 3 years to convince them to do a contemporary photo shoot where we got the Miss Indias, the Miss Universe, in fact Manushi Chillar, like who is the Miss World right now. We got them to do the photo shoot, and after that also my second difficulty that I faced was that the client is like, આ તો આપણે photo shoot કર્યું તો આટલું સારું થયું, નહીં તો what were we at, like when you can't justify your return on investment because you are only doing awareness for them. That is how, because today we did 20 newspaper ads, we did a lot of hoardings, we did ads in cinema houses. It was a mix of an online and offline campaign. So it was difficult to me to map that, okay, ROI has happened in this campaign. Like if the campaign was, for example, 10 lakhs, you've got a business of 5 crores. So your business has happened, but at that time it's a very difficult thing for us to convince that this is via us and via our efforts. So these are two daily challenges that we face. And the third is that there are two types of clients we have. One is from from a corporate, like they have a proper hierarchy, jiske marketing managers hote hain, and second who are directly owners that you deal with. So when you have to deal with a hierarchy, there are things that come very late, there are things that come very on the spot. Like even right now I was actually taking up a client call because they had something really important to put up on social media. So definitely they too are humans and understand that Saturday is off for all, but when you have that call you really need to pick it up. So that's the third difficulty that I face on a day-to-day basis, other than the work-life balance. That is like a thing.
I would like to ask Dhwani the same question. Dhwani, what are the challenges that you face in your profession?
Challenges in terms of getting good pay and getting credits. Sorry?
Getting projects, getting paid, whatever. What are the challenges?
Yeah. No, I'm telling, that's what my challenge is, getting good pay, because the projects that we get might not have big budgets, but they are good projects, so we may still choose to do that. And secondly is maintaining that work hours, because we tend to extend like 16 hours, 18 hours a day. Maybe a 70 days project may turn out to be a 90-day project because there's something additional that has come in. Or even getting credit for your work, because you do it for some organization and that organization may take the report as their report without giving good credits, because you get money in exchange of it. So to claim that credit or to claim your space into that is very difficult.
You must be signing some contracts also, right?
Yes, contracts are there, but I mean the intellectual property is theirs. So we have very little scope. You always have to negotiate that formally or informally, and through networking.
Zeel, what about how are you? What are the challenges you face at the BARC?
BARC, being a government institute, we do face the problem of resources, because how much ever we say, research is such a thing which does not, like, the government does not spend too much on research, and that is a fact. And we actually at times have to halt our work because we don't have resources. So our project, like the experiment we must have started, has to just be scraped off, and we have to wait till we get the resource. So that is one of the things that we face at BRC.
Himani, my question to you is, of course, you mentioned the challenges of coping up with your washings and house chores and your living challenges that are there. Of course, making your own decisions and all that. But besides that, studying at IIMs, what are the challenges that you have faced?
So firstly, at IIMs, and IIM Kozhikode is like the top six, comes in the top six IIMs. So everybody is brilliant. Everybody has so much to say. Everybody has their own views, and I was a fresher, and IIM Kozhikode has a large number of freshers. But the thing is, people with work experience already have some knowledge about what they want to do in the future. For me, I joined MBA thinking I don't know if I want to go in marketing, finance, or if I want to just go for general management or something like that. So for me, everything was new. Some certain subjects were new, like data analysis and scientific methods of research and all of these. So in my first term, it was hard for me to multitask, and my grade was relatively lower in the first term. It was average. It was not above average. It was average because there are 500 students, and there is relative grading. So it depends on the person who scored the highest marks. So my grade was very average, and this is something that I've never faced. I've always been in the top five, be it in school, be it in college. So to accept this was like a very big thing. And then I started putting in more efforts. And for me, I cannot compromise on certain things, be it my time to spend with my friends, or be it time to uh, take rest and sleep. But here people stay awake only for like say for 21 hours, 20 hours, and then I feel guilty about sleeping and not actually putting in so many efforts. But then in the second term, when my placements was done, I tried to plan things out. I tried to, okay, these many subjects is where I need to create more focus, or I need to put in more efforts. And then I started studying with my friends. I made much more friends, and then I started studying with my friends, and my grade shoot up. From B, I went to A minus, which is like 2 grades above. And then that is how I overcame the challenge of this thing. The second challenge I would say is keep being knowing when to stop. So here everybody is very competitive. Everybody wants to achieve a lot of things in life. Everybody is doing so many internships, so many certifications to put it on their CV to get a shortlist for the final placements, because placements is like a main thing for MBA. But I have tried to know where to put a full stop, because I know that this might be my last 2 years as a student, and having fun is also important, because you will not cherish this 2 years again. Studies is okay, but other things are also important that compromise your student life, your work life, and your overall development. So I know, okay, this is it, and this is the bare minimum that I should do, or this would be sufficient for me to achieve certain things in life. But isse aage I don't need to go. Like, this is where I need to put a full stop. So this is like these are the two things that I faced.
Thank you, all of you all. I have my question to each one of you. What is it that you would like to change in the KVO community, if at all, given a chance? You can only answer if you really want to bring about a change. You're not forced to answer this question. And at the same time, what is it that you would be able to do through Matushri Manibai for the KVO community? So there are two parts in the question. Yeah, we'll begin with Zeel. Zeel Gada.
This is difficult actually, because to be honest, I've not been that involved. But today, after speaking with a fellow KVOite, Hiloni, she's also been very associated with y'all. So the two of us actually had a chat, and we thought that our community has to recognize marketing and advertising as a very strong suit in the youth, because it has a lot to deliver. It has a lot of promising future, because all the big giants are working towards it. And what I would want to do is, like, probably try and connect with a lot of people of our community only, specifically in the marketing and advertising sector, so that in need of difficulty, in need of the hour, we are there for each other, and we're not going out to ask for help. Like, simply, we have networking groups right now also, where we put our doubts, where we put our questions and everything. But how about we get that in our community itself, where we are asking a fellow KVO that this is a requirement, do you have somebody who can solve this at the moment? So this is a little change that I have always feel that marketing and advertising has been fairly neglected in terms of full-time courses and all of that. So it's time we get a little change to that.
Okay. Very good inputs, Zeel. Yes, Himani.
So there's nothing as such that I would like to change, but I recently came across this initiative that KVO has taken up, wherein they're giving internship guidance to students. So because of COVID, also many companies did revoke their internships offers that they had given, even for IIM students or non-IIM students who have a mandatory curriculum to go for a summer internship program. So I recently came across it, and if such a thing would have happened with me, if my company would have revoked my internship offer, this would have really helped me a lot to secure any internship. And I think this is like one of the great initiatives that KVO has taken. And coming to the second part of the question about how I can help myself. So I'm still a student, I'm still trying to figure things out. But whatever in my capacities regarding CAT preparation, or how, because there are many notions that people have about IIMs, mein itna input dalna padega, I can't study so much, I can't skip. And people are just intimidated about going for an MBA in India. So maybe I can guide people on that, or students or who aspire to do so. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, Dhwani.
Yeah, so for me, it's a little different issue that I face since I work with industrial pollution. Can you hear me? Yeah. So since I work on industrial pollution, I find a lot of industries being owned by gents, and it really hurts me that we talk about non-violence, we talk about protecting other creatures, we talk about protecting other human lives, and we are also one of those who are contributing to the pollution, and that what is affecting the surroundings. So that is what really disturbs me at times. So I mean, if through this, if I could tell all those industrialists, I'm not saying no to industry, but all that I'm saying is we should try our level best to like stop or reduce all sorts of pollution that we do and protect our environment and the communities. And with regards to how I can contribute to the KVO Samaj and your initiatives, anything with my work experience and skills, be it related to research, or if anybody who is also willing to take up field in which I am already, I can also help that to guide that person. And yeah, I mean, that's it.
Very good. Thank you so much, Dhwani. Yes, Zeel.
I would it's not a change that I will speak about, but recently I did a training course on CCR, and Holy Family Hospital is giving online teaching on CCR and CPR. So if our KVO community can actually set this training course, because it's for every person, it's basically for a layman, and I feel it is crucial, especially during these times when actually getting the medical facilities has become quite difficult with the ongoing pandemic. So maybe KVO community can actually think of setting up this online course. It's just a 1 hour course, but the information they give is really good, and it's something that people will learn, and it can help save a life. So it's just a small suggestion that I would.
So, thank you very much. I would really like to thank all of y'all, Zeel, Himani, and Dhwani, for the wonderful sharing that you all have done. I would also like to thank Sridevi Podual, who was one of the jury members who's also attending the session today. And there are, of course, many more family and friends of the KVO community and the panelists. I thank all of you all for your presence, for the lovely messages that you all have posted. I'm sure the panelists would love to read all those messages, those encouraging words, and thank you to each one of you. Wish you all
Thank
the
you
best.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.